Hello and welcome to another episode of the Classical Republican Book Review. Today we're talking about On the People's Terms, Chapter 3, Political Legitimacy. In Section 1, he talks about how we can lose sight of legitimacy of the state. He reminds us as Republicans that the state is necessary to achieve law and justice. Norms alone are not enough. Take that, anarchists! He gives the history of ideas where liberal thinkers put aside the issue of legitimacy. But we do need to judge states as to their legitimacy. In Section 2, he shows that legitimacy and freedom are linked, and therefore there is a requirement for popular control over the state. In Section 3, he contrasts control with consent. Control means you have some influence as a citizen over the process, impacting the result. On page 158, it reads, "Thinkers in the Republican tradition do not give much weight to consent, or at least to a form of consent that leaves you under a will that you do not control. Such consent can play no role in guarding against arbitrary or uncontrolled interference. It ensures freedom of entry, but it is quite consistent with the absence of a power of exit or of any other way of checking others, say the power associated with having a voice. Perhaps it was for that reason that John Milton argued so fervently that marriage could be free only if divorce was possible. That is, only if there was a possibility of release from the marriage bond and from subjection to the rights and powers of a spouse in the event of estrangement between the parties." In Section 4, he argues that popular control must be individualized, unconditioned, and efficacious. Individualized means every citizen having an equal share in a system of joint control. He says this rules out unanimity voting systems. Take that, anarchists! It will include systems of majoritarian and supermajoritarian voting, but also systems in which voting plays a small or no role at all. He gives the example of the comatose patient. Unconditioned is that the state can be delegated coercion, but the people have the right to rebel, to check the government should it need to. Efficacious to the point that the people control the will of government, but not control everything that happens. Okay, this ends in Section 5 with how desirable the system of democratic control is. So this is really good. We're getting to the institution parts, which we'll have next time in Chapter 4. Until next time, long live the Republic.